Alright, hi everyone. Sorry for me for taking so long, but this is a non-paid video. I made the thumbnails and I don't own the pictures. There's basically two reasons. One due to laziness, and the other, well, actually three. Well, laziness slash basically trying to think of where I'm gonna go with this. But the third or second reason is I'm having troubles just charging my phone. So, in a sense, yeah. And I'm kind of worried if when I'm basically sleeping and at least I'm trying to upload a video, the charging, it's basically like one of those times when basically you're charging your phone, but basically you have to have it a certain way, or basically a certain amount of basically pressure or something, just to keep it in. You have to use something to hold it up to, have it still charge. If that doesn't happen to you, okay, good. I mean, I try to basically, I'm just trying to basically keep my phone charged and everything, so, yeah. So that's another reason why, because I'm worried because all of a sudden it won't, charge, and I'm up and I can't upload. So I kind of decided to just today, just make videos and try to upload them during the weekend at my friend's house or whenever I'm home. Because I have work during the days, and at nights I'm kind of worried if I try to charge, it's not gonna charge, and if I do have a charge, all of a sudden a notification pops up. It'll stop charging, and then it's just a pain. It takes forever for me just to get it fully working right, just to charge. I have to have a certain way, and it's just it's just becoming tedious. So I'm been trying to look into find a charger, and I'm kind of just going on Amazon and find it. So I'm just gonna pay for one probably sometime soon, and hopefully it works. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, then freak. That sucks for me. So if I have to get a whole new charger, then yay. Well, not charger. I mean phone. Then yay. You need to try to find out how to transfer most of my stuff to it. But anyways, enough of this. So yeah, let's just get this started then. So this is what if Naruto basically was trained by Cell. So last time, basically, in the what if, Cell was killed by Gohan, Kami slash Kami basically, brought them over to their dimension. Cell finds out he's a reincarnation from this world, and well, basically, he saves Naruto from a group of villagers by basically healing him and basically giving his blood to him. Then basically he taking care of Naruto by saying he's Kushina's basically cousin, and basically you know what I mean. I did not. I was gonna try to do this in the last part, but I was afraid I couldn't because it wouldn't make sense. So I'm gonna explain this a little bit. Cell can basically absorb chakra. He's an android still, so instead of ki, he can absorb chakra now. But the fact is, though, because his, basically genetics and such, he has a unique trait with this, and this is basically, you could say, Kekai Genkai for him. But since Naruto has his blood now, he also has this. You'll find out. But anyways. So yeah, let's just get this started. So, oh yeah, Mizuki basically was taken down by Cell, not Naruto. Naruto watched. So yeah, this is part 2, and we're going to where basically Cell, is, cooking breakfast as Naruto is walking down the stairs. As when he hears Naruto's footsteps, he goes, "Morning, Naruto," which basically Naruto says, "Morning, Dad." So, what's for breakfast? Which he goes, just a good breakfast like usual, rice, eggs, bacon. He goes, "All right, fish." We gave in it, guys. Alright, sorry about that. But as I was saying, he says fish. And Naruto kind of groans at that. And then basically he was like, also some deer meat, basically from the Naruto clans that gave me some. And basically some other stuff. Which Naruto just basically, you know, kind of sighs because he's like, at least it's not just fish that, was the last thing. Which Cell just chuckles. Basically, though, we do have, Cell and Naruto now sitting down, and basically they're eating basically their breakfast. So, Cell basically tells Naruto the situation. He says, since Mizuki was willing to basically betray the village for power because of Orochimaru, or should I say, the Hokage came to realize that he may have basically been sabotaging most students, and basically there's, an investigation going on. Depends on how it goes, basically, it may be a couple of days or to a week before you basically find out basically who your teams are. But due to your unique circumstance, and only I can train you basically mostly in certain things, which Naruto was eating, stopped, and is nodding at that. I may be basically a sensei to you on a team, or basically I'll just have to train you at home. I do not know what the Hokage's decision is. Which Naruto does basically say, well, it doesn't really matter, I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna get stronger no matter what I do, right? Which Saul does not. He was like, so Naruto just kind of grins and says, well, then, doesn't really matter, like I said. Which, he has a soft smile, just chuckles, and be like, true. Ah, yes, how's your classmates doing? He was like, alright, Sakura's still being Sakura. I mean, kind of funny how basically all the clan heads are basically, we're trying to basically get to, know me through their children. Which, Cell does remember that day where one day Naruto basically is approached by, most of the clan heads. Not as quickly as first, but it's basically like it was Shikamaru's father, Choji's father, and Ino's father. Ino did not understand why, basically, anything was going on, but when they hear about basically Naruto has a clan, and basically, whose basically mother, basically, I mean, Cell basically would have, basically told the children who basically, Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino, with Naruto's mother, who she was. So it didn't really matter to them anymore. So when they heard that, they were shocked, and basically, soon, basically, has Kiba introduce himself, and, again, and stuff. And basically, Shio, Shio, oh my god, the bug guy. I don't know why I cannot remember his name, how to pronounce his name right now. Shion? Yeah, just say Shion. But Shino. Yeah, there we go. Shino. Whatever. But anyway, so basically, his father introduced himself, and, Hinata's father, Hisashi did technically not introduce himself right away. It was due to an incident that involved Kumo. Yes, Cell was the one who took down basically, Kumo's ambassador for the peace treaty, and, basically, this is where we find out Cell's unique ability. During the attack, the man used a jutsu, in which, Cell did basically punch right through it. But he also notices basically chakra was going right into him. As basically he learned the man's jutsus. He learned the man's skills, what he's good at. And then basically he just learns the man's briefest memories. And he knows basically who basically wanted this kidnapping. That man was pulled, on the side besides A. after giving him the order to basically get this peace treaty with Konoha. But his council, who were basically loyal to Ace, predecessor, basically wanted the, Hyuga bloodline in Kumo. So they told him to basically to take, the heiress and basically work with some people. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I had Donzo killed. Meh. If I didn't, then I couldn't watch all my freaking video, so. But I'm pretty sure I had him killed. Let me double check that. Yep, I was right. Yeah, Donzo's technically not dead. I thought he was dead, but I probably didn't. But yeah, no, he's not dead. So, anyways, so yeah, basically, it's due to some help, and someone with a mask, blank, which Cell would see he got help to get into basically the Hyuga compound because of them. So yeah. So in a sense, basically not Naruto, but Cell basically does kill the ambassador, saves Hinata. Hisashi basically is thankful to, for Cell to save Hinata. So he, nodded and said no problem. Now, after that, and they send word to Kumo about the ambassador was killed by one of their shinobi after finding out basically, they were stealing the heiress of the Hyugas. Aid did not know about this and was furious and thinking, this is a lie and such. But basically, Haruzen did put in, we basically can have someone to show you, basically that we are not lying. And basically, my ninja have informed me that is not due to but due to your council. So, when they heard that, read that, his anger subsided for a bit in curiosity, so he decided to go to Konoha, and did not demand, basically, compensation for this. He said to his council he was going there for compensation, because I think it was a Hyuga that killed, their subordinate. Well, basically, the ambassador. So, when they gets there, it took a couple of days, but I want to say this, L was walking past the Hyuga compound, and due to, I want to say, sensing basically ki, it has been weird where basically they can sense emotions, I think, in it, but I want to say basically, because he can use chakra now, he basically can hear someone crying and basically someone saying they are basically useless. And it basically sounds like a little girl, in which, since Cell as a parent, he did not give a crap who the person was. He disappeared and appeared right in front of basically somebody who basically he caught the hand of before hitting the girl. To his surprise, it was basically Hisashi, while the elders were looking at basically in shock as as Cell looks at Hisashi, and what Hisashi sees is a clear image of an old friend that he hasn't forgotten. The glare, the look in his eyes, the coldness in his basically, of his blue eyes basically send a shiver down everyone's spine, as then he basically throws Hisashi to the side and looking at Hinata. He starts doing, basically medical ninjutsu and, open her tenketsus up and such. And one of the elders basically said, "How dare you basically, interrupt this basically spar." Basically the sacred spar, which Cell just literally does not give a crap. All he does is just look at them, look back at Hinata, then look at Hisashi. He can see Hisashi is afraid, but is also worried and basically, guilty and angry and such. And then Cell goes like, "So, this is how the Hyuga clan is." I have read a little bit on it, but to think, they would consider such a child such as her weak. My dear little girl, Hinata, is it? But she's looking up, she just nodding with tears in her eyes, like, do not let these old fools tell you if you're weak or not. You decide that. But I can see you are not weak. You're strong. Which her eyes widen. He goes, that kindness is basically your strength. Do not ever let that go. Because, well, if you do, you always will be stuck in the way you are now. You always will be weak. Which Hinata's eyes, cannot believe someone's actually telling her to not be cold, to basically be strong. Which when the elders basically activate their Byakugan and said, "You insolent fool!" But Hazashi's about to tell them to stop, but all of a sudden, Cell basically is right behind them as they burst. Because Cell basically used a enhanced key punch. Basically, destroying the person. Which they basically did not understand how that's even possible. But with Hazashi see, even unknown to Cell, something happened. Basically, it looked like a flash. Even though he wasn't, using ki to Hazashi, it was like a flash of yellow was there, but it wasn't yellow. But so basically, Cell looks at each elder, and well, he just smirks and be like, "Huh, I wonder." As he closes his eyes, and well, malicious intent, evil, basically. He goes, "You all are not that good people, aren't you?" Which they're like, "Huh?" And then basically he, well, enters them. And, well, after that he ties them up, basically makes a makes a clone out of chakra and ki, and tells it basically to take them to Ibiki. Which Hazashi's just eyes wide, and he goes like, you can't do this, this is..." As then basically Cell says, "Do you think I care about your clan's status or rules? Hazashi. Hyuga. They are nothing to me besides just a way for you to hide behind the curtains of your truth and lies. It is time for you to be exposed. Or should I say, it's time for them to be exposed and basically see what this village would think of them." And basically he smirks a cruel smirk, which that's when all the elder Hyugas afraid. So yes, let's just say this. Well, the most funniest thing was the elders. Well, they got an interesting, way of basically seeing some elders not alive no more. But yeah, which he wondered what happened. So yeah, after basically it was found out about the elders were willing to basically kill his wife Hitomi, and basically let Hinata get kidnapped, and basically we're going to use Hanabi and such, and basically making the Hyuga clan stronger, which actually was going to make them weaker. And well, yep, Hizashi finally snapped at them and basically wanted them executed in front of the whole entire village as punishment, and a way to show that they are nothing more than, they were never, above anyone else. They were always the exact same way. So yes, the elders died. The Elder Hyuga Council did die, and, well, their grandchildren, who were technically being, were trained by their parents, who basically were influenced by them, would ask why Hizashi allowed this, or why did he do this, and then he furiously about it, what they were willing to do, which that kind of shocked them that they basically do say, basically, your daughter is weak, and they literally say, basically, that if she's anything like her mother, who basically could beat him in a spar, which surprised them, and basically even says his brother also at exactly the same time, due to her unique fighting style, basically that your parents basically say was a dishonor to the Hyuga clan and their taijutsu style, then tell me, what is truly dishonored? Basically letting someone die because basically you consider them weak and you basically are part of the murder, or basically, never changing and allowing yourself to be held by the grasp of time. Which they couldn't, say nothing, because they saw the fury in Hizashi's eyes, and the parents the parents of these elders' grandkids realize their parents were always talking, always basically making traditions and everything, but never truly, doing anything. Like, they didn't really have many friends. All they know was family. No friends. Nothing. Which was... because they still go on missions and such, and they always kind of see no one really likes them. They always ignored it. So, yeah. Anyways. So, yeah. So, when A comes around, basically, Inoichi is there along with Cell, and this is the thing. Basically, Cell just tells Inoichi basically to not go deeper into my mind. No matter what. Which, yeah. So, Inoichi does get the memories. And basically, he can then, transfer those memories into basically A and basically B, who is with him. So, yes, they learn about the council and they were furious, which he apologizes to basically Hiruzen for his council's ignorance and stubbornness and basically lack of respect. He will take care of this as soon as he gets back, and if there's any compensation that they would like, he would begrudgingly, he says, give. Which Hiruzen's about to say something, which Cell just says, how about basically only one A-rank jutsu? Which he goes, wait, what? Only one? Well, it doesn't have to be an A-rank ninjutsu, more like A-rank chakra control exercise, which that confuses A, B, and Hiruzen, and Inoichi goes like, well, basically my, cousin's son, or, my son now, is, kind of needs it. Which, he just blinks, he's like, alright, is his chakra control really bad? He was like, yes, very bad. But for some reason, A's, looking at this person with green hair, basically, remember, he looks like Zoro, but his eyes are blue, and when he sees those eyes, he gets this distinct feeling that he knows this person. So, for some reason, there's a flame in A that has not been lit up since the death of Minato, that when he heard Minato dead, he basically got it snuffed out. Now it's back. So he's looking at basically Cell. He goes, how about this? You and me have a little bit of a race to see who's the fastest, and I'll give you an A-rank, basically, chakra control exercise, and maybe, an actual, as he smirks, basically, an actual, basically, personal jutsu of mine that I made back in my younger days that I didn't basically fully finish. Which Cell basically raises up an eyebrow but then smirks. He holds out his hand, and basically when A shakes his hand, he basically activated some... well, he had his lightning armor on just to intimidate him. He basically gains all the knowledge of, his basically, jutsus and such. In which, he basically informs Hiruzen. It seems basically what I told you is not a lie. It seems like basically he can gain memories and basically the knowledge of basically their jutsus through their chakra. Which A and B are kind of confused until Cell says, basically due to his Kekai Genkai, there's a few things about him that's strange. One of them, basically, he recently found out due to his subordinates listen to his counsel. He's able to absorb chakra. Doesn't matter which. It could be elemental no jutsu chakra, but chakra nonetheless, as long as it's from someone else. He absorbs it, he'll gain their knowledge of their jutsus, and basically a little bit of their memories. And all he knows is the memories that A was talking about his unfinished jutsu. But A was really shocked, and this actually intrigues him. So yes, he's not mad, because this is something he never really thought about. He goes, what's your name? Cell Uzumaki. Which A and B are just blinking, they say Uzumaki. He goes, Ki Genkai, Kekai Genkai. Their eyes widen. He goes, yeah. So, in a sense, yeah, A and Cell had a race, and Cell won. Which A basically, instead of being mad, he laughed. And he said he'll be sending it when he gets back to Kumo after he deals with the council. Basically, since it was not A's decision, it was his council, and A's going to take care of them, Hiruzen is allowed to still keep the contract, basically the allies, and he basically thanks Hiruzen. So, in a sense, when the ninja council heard about this, Danzo tried to have some root ninjas in there, which basically Cell, can sense the key of, and basically, since not many emotions in it, decided this must have been one of those root Anbu. So he basically got him, and basically, before he can do anything, he basically killed the person right in front of the Ninja Council, but they saw it was basically a blank mask, which Hiruzen just says Danzo, which, yeah. This kind of led to Danzo being killed. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so basically though, they wanted to test it out. By the way, the Uchiha clan was still around. They still had the coup, but Naruto has been attacked by them in the past, so this ability of him absorbing chakra did help. So, yes. So, now we go back to the present as he basically looking at Naruto. He goes, so Naruto, do you remember basically when I told you about, that, well, part of basically the Kekai Genkai, which Naruto nods. He goes, yeah, still shocking you can absorb and gain knowledge of their, basically, techniques and stuff, but you didn't tell the old man about basically you actually get that chakra nature. And basically, due to those memories and such, you also would get those dojutsus, which basically sell not. He goes, maybe even any Kekai Genkai too. I only basically test this out due to my accident of Hizashi and, well, basically Fugaku. Well, more likely Itachi, due to him trying to stop our attacks. He was using a chakra, I accidentally absorbed his chakra, and I understood everything was going on. He goes, yeah, I can't believe those Uchihas. They're such a pain. The arrogance really got them killed. Thank God I basically kind of somewhat made Sasuke humbled. Hold up. Yeah, so basically I said somewhat humbled, which, Cell would not. So, after that, after they eat and such, they would train for a bit, and then Naruto, well, actually, Naruto and Cell would do this for the next couple of days because they train. Then basically, he does get his ninja picture taken, he does hang out with his friends and such, and he meets Sasuke, which challenges him over and over again, and well, gets his butt whooped. Which Naruto just sighs and basically just tell him, this is getting boring. I mean, you're trying to get stronger for revenge. That's really being a pain in the butt, Sasuke. Which, Sasuke just glaring at him, and yeah, Naruto's just walking away. So, in a sense, the Uchiha pride is there, but, because of, basically, he's not mad at Naruto in a sense, he's mad that basically his strength, no matter how strong he's trying to get, Naruto seems to be a little bit, stronger. Not even about the revenge part. Just Naruto being, his strength is lacking against Naruto. Even though he knows about who his father told about the Kekai Genkai, it's still kind of a pain for him. So yeah, anyways. So, yeah, there's just like a lot of training, but Naruto was having some weird memories. Over these past couple of years, though. Memories of people that he hears as Vegeta, Kakarot, Frieza, and Piccolo. That went on for years, and then we basically hit the Android arc, and everything that Cell has told him, he sees firsthand. And that was basically up until now. We have it where he's having a dream where Cell is no longer there, but Naruto sees basically a tournament happening. 2 kids. One with black hair standing up, and another one with basically a weird hairstyle where basically I can't really describe how basically his hair is, but Trunks and Goten fighting. Which he hears basically Bulma basically yelling out for, Trunks to win this. And even then Chi-Chi tells Goten to not hold back. Well, to win this and such. And the fight goes on. He basically sees some holes in their fighting styles. And basically that Trunks only won was due to his quick thinking. Not really anything else. Which then he boasting about how he's better than Goten. Which he's like, which Naruto's thinking, that kid's basically too prideful and arrogant. He's not that basically good. Well, he's good, but this Gotenkin would have basically won if he didn't use basically, his key to win. And then go to Super Saiyan 2? That kind of sucks. He kind of sees the whole entire events happening, and then with Gohan and, going Super Saiyan 2 for Videl and such. Then that's where the dream ends. Which Naruto's just getting gradually up, and yeah, so he basically always told his, cell about it, which is actually kind of interesting. It seems basically since he has their blood in them, his subconscious is basically not going into that world, but it's appearing into their world and watching its certain events that are happening. Learn from this learn from this Naruto, as I told you already. Which he nods and he goes, I need to try to find a way how to. I know rage is the key factor for Super Saiyan, but still, I need to try to find a way how to go become a Super Saiyan without getting angry. Which Cell was sort of like, well, you're my son, you will figure that out eventually. Which he just nods and basically, because he's irritated by it, so yeah. Oh, and basically he asks, how was Gigi's basically investigations, which Cell just says, favoritism, a lot of favoritism, too much of it. Which, basically, Naruto sighs, like, so does that mean, no, it's already too late, it'll be unfair for them, but the Jonin senseis are going to have to train them a lot harder than what they originally planned. Which Naruto nods. So, he says today's the day, which he goes, yep, it's a good thing you met Konohamaru and basically helped him out before that man Zevisu, or Evisu, whatever how you pronounce his name, ruined his chance of becoming stronger. Which Naruto nods, says, yeah, it's a good thing. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. So yeah, basically Naruto leaves and such. Cell basically has a proud smile, but even him dealing with his own little memories, or should I say, flashes of certain events. But always someone keeps on popping into his head. The red hair that, basically is called Kushina. He's just trying to think, what's his connection to her? And why does it seem like she always looked at him with love and care? He doesn't understand it. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to say team placements are a little bit different, but I want to say is Naruto should be in the top of the class. Should be at the top, middle of the class. That's what he knew, but unknowingly, Mitsuki basically changed everything to where Naruto was at the last place, which that kind of shocked Ruzan, the Ninja Council, and basically Ruka. And, they basically say Naruto was in the middle, and now he's at last. That doesn't make no sense. So, in a sense, though, Cell was the one to say, let it be. So yes, they basically have Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and basically Naruto Uzumaki, on the team together for Team 7, but Cell says with the addition of me on it. Which hasn't thought about it and actually, nod. So yes. So in a sense, Cell, would find Kakashi at the Memorial Stone. In which he'd be like, Hataki. Which he goes, Cell. You're here. He goes, yes. We're gonna be basically late if you don't come along. Which, he says, don't worry. He goes, Ma, don't worry about it. I'm always 3 hours, as then basically Cell just grabs him when he was looking up at the Memorial Stone, just dragging him. He goes, no buts, you're coming with me. We're not being late. Which, Kakashi was about to protest, but for some reason, all his instincts are telling him not to. So he just lets him drag him. So yeah, basically when Naruto arrived, he does talk, chatter, and basically have a good, fun time. Now, the fact is, I'm talking about fun time when he's just, talking and chatting with his friends. But the fact is, though, he has a sense of a little bit of dread in his stomach. So, he basically is kind of wondering why is he having this. So he decides to take a nap to wait for Ruka to come by. And this is something where something strange happens. Naruto basically waking up because he felt, like something wet hit his forehead. As he opens his eyes, he's looking up at the ceiling, but there's pipes. It looks a little bit better than Wooden Cannon, a little bit more, lighter colors and not dark. But Naruto's like, huh? And there's less water. So he's basically getting up. He's looking around. He says, a sewer? Why am I in a sewer? But he can sense a massive amount of chakra. So he basically is just blinking and then decides to go over to this. And in a sense, when he basically gets to where he senses all that chakra, he sees the Kyuubi. And basically we have a flashback to, Naruto training one day. By the way, the Kyuubi is sleeping. He just has a flashback training with Cell one day when Cell... I think I made Cell say, yes, you have the Kyuubi no Kitsu in you, you are not the demon, you are the jailer, you're the kunai, all that jazz trying to convince Naruto. So let's just say, if I did do that in part 1, I'm just gonna basically say, he basically, the flashback is just Cell telling him it, and telling him he's not the demon, he is basically a human, who basically was turned to a Jinchuriki, the power of human sacrifice. And if I did then just imagine Cell asking him how is he feeling. Does he basically get a feel of, the chakra of the Nine Tails and such, and yada yada yada. So, in a sense, yeah. Naruto's looking at the Kyuubi, who's sleeping. When Naruto just gets near the cage, the Kyuubi opens its eyes and looking at Naruto. And Naruto's looking right back at the Kyuubi. The Kyuubi saying, so my jailer has come to greet me after all these years. Which Naruto rolls his eyes, saying, I did not come here to greet you, I was pulled here for some real reason. And also, I see he basically crosses his arms. He goes like, and what do you mean by jailer? I was unfortunately, had you seal inside of me, not by choice. Remember that. Which the Kyuubi kind of growls, saying, you arrogant little... As before he can even say anything, Naruto raises up his ki, and basically holds, just his finger out, basically like what Cell does with when he's trying to hurt civilians that are trying to attack him. He was like, try me, Kyuubi. And I can make sure something like this can hurt a whole lot. Which the Kyuubi will laugh at, and basically Naruto was saying, you cannot hurt me. I am the Kyuubi no Kitsen, the strongest as... Naruto shot him right when he basically had his mouth, when he was his jaw was moving. He hit basically the Kyuubi right in the, under his chin. Shot the Kyuubi up and basically sent him flying. Which Naruto says, with a smirk, goes like, glad that shut you up. Well, shut you up. Which the Kyuubi, groaning like, how? Which he goes, I'm far stronger than I once was. Besides, you are not the strongest being. You are just compared to the person who I know, you are a mere ant compared to him. Which the Kyuubi growls. But, because of, if Naruto has this power, it has to be someone else, and whoever's training him could not, if they're human, they could not technically be this strong. So, in a sense, Naruto sits down, and he goes like, so, tell me, why basically is this a sewer, even though this may be my mindscape? Which I've kind of surprised the Kyuubi, and then basically goes like, if you know this then, why are you asking me why, do I not change it? Because he was like, so you read basically what I meant by the, underneath my words. Somewhat. And he just sighs, like, because you're basically in my mind for years now. You should have some basically power over it at least to basically change the landscape. Which basically QB nods no, says only he does. And he just sighs and yeah, the mindscape changes to basically at least be a field and trees and such like a forest. And he goes, there you go. Now then, since basically we're stuck with each other for who knows how long, let's try to get to know one another better. Alright? Which, this kind of shocks Kurama. Well, QB, but yeah. Which, yes, what's your game at? What do you want from me? Which, Naruto just chuckles and then flows on laughing. He goes like, I want nothing. He goes, what? I do not want your power. I do not want your chakra. It would basically be dishonored basically to take something or demand it when it's not mine. And two, I want to work for my power, not basically take it by someone else. So, QB no Kitsune, do not think I would take your power just for some measly thing. For that basically will hurt my pride as a warrior and of a Saiyan, but we don't talk about that. Which he goes, as Saiyan, he was like, so he explains what Cell tells him, which Kurama's in shock and in awe. So yeah, but anyways, which he slowly nods, okay, I see, so that's what happened to you all those years ago, which Naruto nods. So Kurama sighs and be like, fine. We'll coexist with each other. But if you try to take my chakra without permission, he goes, I won't. But how do I get a mental link with you? He goes, tear a little bit of basically the paper off. Just a small amount, the corner piece. Which Naruto would do. He just says, alright then. Now, get going. Your teacher's almost here. So, in a sense, when, he gets pushed out of his own mindscape, Kurama just snorts, basically saying, like, we'll see if he's the exact same as everyone else or not. Yeah, and then decides to take a nap. Now, Naruto wakes up, Iruka, enters, and gives his speech, and then basically, tells everyone who their senseis are, and Naruto, when he hears about Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and him, he just says, at least Sasuke's better than what I thought I was going to get a team on. So that actually kind of basically, well, not surprises anyone because he said that in his head, but yeah, he just sighs and be like, why did Haruno have to be on the team? Anyone but Haruno. So yeah, just people in the class kind of chuckle at that. Basically, Sakura just ignored him. Basically, he's looking at Sasuke. Basically trying to talk to him. Sasuke, though, was smirking because of Naruto. Also, basically, like, at least I have someone who basically feels exactly the same way as me. So yeah. So in a sense, when he says when their Jonin senseis will come after lunch, Naruto just looked at Sasuke and be like, oi, Tem, wanna just eat together? I know a good place in town. Well, I know a good place nearby. It's not Ichiraku's. Yes, sure, whatever, dope. It's better than basically being here right now. Which Naruto nods. So, Sasuke gets up, walks over to Naruto. Which Naruto gets up, which Sakura's about to say something. But as soon as Naruto puts a hand on Sasuke's shoulder, they're gone. Which Sakura screams out along with the Sasuke fan club. So yeah. So basically, they're at basically a place that Naruto goes that recently just found. They had some pretty good food. So basically, they're sitting down and like, so basically, Kakashi Hatake, what do you think of him? And Sasuke's asking Naruto while basically they're, eating. He goes, what I know of him is very little. But he was the fourth Hokage's son. I mean, not son, but lone student that survived. Basically, he also was a part of Anbu. He was a captain, and in the Third Great Ninja War, said he got a Sharingan due to his basically teammate being crushed and he lost an eye. Which basically Sasuke's eyes widen, And then kind of frowned at basically hearing about that. He goes, do you know who was the Uchiha's name? Obito Uchiha. That's all the file said. My dad was able to get some classified information and tell me. So, even though basically I'm telling you this, that's all that basically the classified thing was basically him having the Sharingan. Well, it shouldn't be since it's in basically the bingo book, as Naruto pulls it out and shows Sasuke basically Kakashi, was page on it, because he memorized each basically ninja of Konoha and where the page is. Which he's looking at it and he just kind of raised an eyebrow. Was it classified? Really? That's just right here? Which he nods. He gets back to Naruto the bingo book. He was like, man, it's already said there, so why? He goes, I know. Which Sasuke just sighs and basically like, well, at least he didn't steal my clan dojutsu. It was true. Basically, though, no one really would care about because it's like for a ninja place and no one's gonna pry. So, but what was shocked basically Naruto is, so what are you gonna tell me basically about your family's Kekai Genkai can absorb chakra and gain basically dojutsus or other Kekai Genkais that are elemental based or anything actually like that. Which Naruto basically stopped him mid-eat. He looks over at Sasuke. Sasuke basically gives him a smirk. He was like, how did you? He was like, So basically your father's eyes turn to Sharingans briefly. Which Naruto's eyes widen again. He kind of explains about it. Since he is his teammate, he goes, I see. So, you absorb chakra of the enemy, basically. Is it like a automatic, or he goes, automatic until we learn how to control it, which I do know how to control. He goes, so, basically if I shot a fireball jutsu at you, I'll gain all the knowledge you know, basically, of your jutsus, and basically since it's your chakra does not hold the genes, which everyone thinks, but with us, it seems like basically since if it comes from a Uchiha, and we know the chakra of that Uchiha, what it feels like, we'll basically get the dojutsu, or a Kekai Genkai, or we don't really know the extent we actually can get. Which, basically, Sasuke would nod, basically, slowly. He goes like, so, do you have it? He goes, the Sharingan? Which he nods. He goes, well, unfortunately, yes. Which he raised an eyebrow goes, it was during an attack when I was young where Uchiha tried to kill me. Which, that would shock Sasuke. It was, I tried using ki, and I basically tried to defend myself when the chakra hit my ki barrier. Basically, it wasn't basically dispersing, it was absorbing. And, well, this is after basically my dad found out basically what we can do. Which he nods in understanding. So it's by accident. He goes, yeah, I've never used it. Which, basically Sasuke basically just says, well then I give you permission to use it. After all, I want to see what you can do with it. Which basically raises my eyebrow, like, be like, I thought you would. He goes, I may be a little arrogant and a little bit overconfident. And, well, due to you and your father helping me and humbling me, and basically, kind of telling me not to basically follow my brother's, basically way, I may or may not have gained a little bit of respect for the both of you. And besides, I'm interested in what you can do with it, Naruto. So don't basically hold back on using a tool, okay? Which, basically, that kind of shocked Naruto a bit, but then he would chuckle and nod. So, in a sense, after they eat, they go back, and, well, whenever all the Jonin senseis basically get in there, basically, all of a sudden the door opens up, and it's just Cell and Kakashi. He goes, sorry, we're basically a little bit late. Had to basically drag this guy with me here. He didn't want to come here. He'd rather been 3 hours late. Which, basically Asuma and Kurenai just sigh at Kakashi. And so, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura have a sweat drop. Basically, Kurenai says hers, Asuma says his team name, then basically, basically Kakashi says his, but Naruto asks, Dad, why are you here? He's like, oh, simple. Basically a part of Team 7, which basically Iruka understands that this is supposed to be a surprise, which Naruto's like, Sakura says, but we only said we only had one Jonin Sensei, which basically Cell has a smirk, goes like, oh, things changed last minute. Basically, Hokage-sama realized basically that you may not get the proper training due to Kakashi's, lax training method. So I'm here to make sure he does train you, all of you, properly. And if not, then I take over the training and basically train you all properly. Understand? Which they all nod. So, Team 7 goes up to the roof. And, Kakashi, I do think everything would go the same, but Sasuke would say his dream was to basically kill a certain somebody. Now it's just to get answers. And basically to revive his clan. Basically, his likes, probably, what he would like in, canon. And, basically his dislikes, fangirls, and basically people who can't who basically think they can basically understand him without, that won't really understand him, basically trying to get in his good graces, aka the civilians. Even though their basic civilian council is gone, they're still trying to get basically, their daughters, whoever has a daughter, to be with him, which he's annoyed by. Yeah, so in a sense, though, when it's Naruto, it's kind of the same. Still want to be Hokage, but wants to become basically strong, the strongest basically person in the world, and basically to make his father and his basically mother proud, and anything else that I probably forgot from part 1 that I didn't watch fully of the what if, but yeah, saying that though he wants to basically learn basically Fuin Jutsu, try to basically do some things that basically most people can, and he likes to basically come up with new ways how to use his ki and chakra. So yeah, I don't have enough time to keep going. Okay, alright, so basically Cell would nod in approval. Kakashi's not that surprised, but a little bit surprised, along with Sakura and Sasuke. So, basically, Kakashi would tell them all basically about the true basically test that's going to happen, survival test, that basically this is a 60% rate and everything. And that, also, he actually has a flashback where we go to Hiruzen. Basically, he basically tells all the Jonin senseis basically about what they found. He goes, and that's it. So they're all shocked, and basically some are scowling. Iruka basically is there in a little bit of disappointment. And, he's thinking basically how could this happen underneath his nose. And basically, how could some teachers do this because of the civilian council? So some of the Jonin senseis basically are saying we should basically, have them basically do a whole another year or so of this. Or not. Some should be taken out of the ninja program. But Hiruzen has a better idea, he said. Hiruzen says, I have a better idea. Which they huh? He goes, how about this? We do a little bit of we still do, y'all do your Jonin test. You find out the weakness, and try to make it where we use the weaknesses to get them stronger, and try and basically say they lack teamwork, try to get better teamwork, and such. And basically we keep, even though they're not supposed to be ninjas, we do basically have them work in teams, one with an experienced team of Jonin, Shunin, or Genin, and then basically, just make sure they survive and such, and basically, and give them the experience that they need to see if they say they want to be a ninja or not, see if they improved or not, and if they haven't, then, which they nod. So basically, Kakashi says, so we're basically passing everyone this year without basically any care. Which Haruka says, not that. This is also to see basically if they can truly basically survive as a ninja. And besides, we basically are lacking certain things, and basically with this curriculum that basically the civilian council has been doing for the academy. No wonder why we haven't had many ninja graduate. It's always been 3 teams. Well, 3 to 4, which basically everyone nods. So this is kind of irritating to Hiruzen that he didn't figure this out sooner. But what has happened has happened. So yeah. So basically Kachi snaps out of it, but he was like, but due to this year, some things have changed, and well, hopefully, basically, there will be a lot more graduates. So, hope you all see you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, don't eat, or you'll puke. He disappears in a puff of smoke, which basically Sasuke basically gets up and says goodbye to basically Cell and basically Naruto, and he goes and Sakura, and he just leaves Sakura, trying to get Sasuke out on a date, but yeah, he kind of just literally decided instead of walking down, he literally just runs towards basically the building, edge, jumps on the railing, then uses chakra to leap himself onto another building that was nearby, which Sakura's in shock and says he's amazing, but realizes he's just not there no more. She just runs down, which Naruto and Cell have a little bit of a chuckle. So, Cell goes, so let's go outside the village and try to get you your... Wow. He just nods. He goes, yep, try to get my Super Saiyan form. Which Cell grabs him and basically they disappear in a... Well, basically because Cell instant transmission to a clone of his. So yeah, so Naruto and him train. Cell was pushing Naruto to his limits. Naruto is trying to awaken the Super Saiyan, power within him. He's basically trying to get those emotions out. Instead of basically the whole entire Super Saiyan way for Universe 6, he's trying to go by pure emotion. Pure rage. Well, trying to find out what triggers. So telling him to awaken it by, rage, focus on something that makes him angry. In which suppressive memories or things that he forgot about since he was, young happened to him that he was angry, furious, basically with, but he never did anything because he was a kid. He basically, before he decided to to basically ignore it and basically make sure they would, gain all the respect, he basically remembers all that pain, all the suffering, and how it basically made him felt. To the point where when basically him and Cell clashed fists, basically his rage finally burst because he remembered basically the last beating he got before Cell saved him, which, was that day. That beating, when basically, Cell saved him though, but he remembered basically all the, everything that pushed past his rage that he was suppressed all these years. And, well, boom. Super Saiyan form for a brief minute. But when Cell basically see it, he was basically happy for basically his, son. Cell was able to basically go Super Saiyan due to his, he basically thought of basically anger from how he lost to Gohan, and he was able to transform to a Super Saiyan. But he basically tries to not use any anger now to basically go Super Saiyan, which he can. He just never told basically Naruto, which basically so Smirk says basically Naruto is having the form and such, activate as Cell basically would tell what Goku would tell Gohan to calm down and try to control it, which he would say like Gohan, it's like too much, he can't, which Cell says yes you can. Just try, which yeah, he does, and it deactivates, and he felt a lot tired. Which Naruto looks at Cell, and basically Cell with a proud smile on his face, and he was like, I did it. I went Super Saiyan, and then he passes out. So, Cell basically, after training Naruto from all these years, he finally went Super Saiyan. Well, and now he has to basically try to unlock basically other forms that he has. So, he goes over to Naruto, picks him up, and he goes, "Let's go home." And then he flies back to basically his home, and well, since he knows Naruto is gonna be when he wakes up, he's gonna be hungry, even if it's the middle of the night. So he would make basically dinner for himself, then for Naruto, and then yeah, he'll leave a note. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna end this because I'm gonna have to go, everyone. Um, Next time I will go into the whole entire fight with Kakashi, and then probably the wave arc, at least before. I mean, probably after like the whole entire Zabuza fight. But I am gonna be making. I'm gonna try to upload this video tonight, or I'm gonna try to upload the video this weekend. So I may have another video, and I may just like upload all the videos I have over the weekend if I'm at my friend's house. If not, then I'm gonna try to do like every Saturday or Sunday, upload a video, or try to do it during the week. I don't know, whatever comes which. So I'm sorry for everyone who wants to see more videos of mine. It's just I'm trying to get a new. Like I said, I was trying in the beginning. I was trying to get a new. I need to try to find a new phone charger wire, and just so it would work. So yeah. All right. Bye everyone. Have a nice day, night wherever you are, and bye.